26 seconds of logo. Because of course, if there's an evil conspiracy going on, it has to have something to do with the church. They took most of the opening footage from the TV show Dark Angel because they couldn't be bothered to film their own. The barcode's on the back of his neck instead of his head, in case you confused it with London, California. Movie rips off kids' drawing of dad never being around from The Woman in Black. 47 hides in the dark for dramatic effect.
It's in the kitchen where you left. You have a nice family.
Threat cliche.
How does a good man decide when to kill?
To answer this, we need an hour and 20 minutes of flashback.
Rumor has it
Narration.
that he works for a group known only as the Organization.
What? So first up you refused to use the source material's name of ICA, but then you chose something so cliche and mindless as the Organization?
Purpose. So secret no one knows it exists.
If no one knew they existed, how would anyone be able to hire them?
Has ties to
Plus there's
every
Interpol.
government.
Why did doll size the front of this car? 47's target has to be overly evil, so 47 still remains a good guy. There should be way more blood. You can see he takes the gag out in this scene, but just a few scenes later you can see it's back. Later on we are shown that he swallows the explosive, so why does he have stitches on his throat? This flashback must be shown to everyone in the room, because suddenly they all know that this guy just has explosives inside of them.
This is our guy. No motive, no forensic evidence, no witnesses.
This does in no way prove this is 47.
And how long? So he choked down a pound of C4 and knocked on Obi's door.
How do they know any of this? They've already said they don't have any evidence, and the brother was completely destroyed in the explosion.
Is likely responsible for over 100 deaths. Let me show you what I mean. And these are just the ones we know about.
There are nowhere near 100 of these pins. In fact, there's only 42. Also, did you set up this board in this random guy's office, just in case you needed to prove the point to him of how dangerous 47 was? In case you confused it with St. Petersburg, Florida.
They might kill you for that, for what you're doing to that whiskey. Brutalizing that with ice.
The woman was clearly close enough to see it was the bartender adding the ice, so therefore, his fault. Who makes out with the door open? What would 47 do if any of the other guests came along and stepped on these? Would he jump out the window? And also, in the next scene when he's in the shower, how can he even hear if anyone's stepping on these tiny glass balls out in the corridor? If any of the cleaning staff came along and cleared these up, then what would he do? A repeat of flashbacks from just 8 minutes ago. This article of the magazine is in English, while the cover is in Russian. All the technology the ICA have, and they can't properly put a circle around a guy's head. And here again. We are shown that 47 is shooting from this angle, so when he shoots a bodyguard, but then we turn around and we see that he's actually shooting from a building directly in front of Belikov, but when he fires again, he's from the left again. I get 47 is trying to dispose of the evidence, but this is one way you're going to definitely give away your position, especially to all the people down below. Any random person could see this as they walked past. Trained cloned assassin misses his still target from across the street, then proceeds to miss another 2 times as he simply walks away.
Said that Belikov was grazed by a single bullet from over 4 kilometers away.
There is no way 47 could have made that shot. The rifle he was firing was a Blazer R93 LRS-2, which is accurate to around 1 kilometer. The max it can shoot though is 1.8 kilometers, and that's with the .338 caliber ammo. So far that's not even over halfway. The furthest ever kill to date is 2,475 meters, so just over the 4 kilometers that I've said. So it doesn't matter how skilled or how accurate 47 is, he could not have made that shot with that rifle.
Contact the Russian secret police in St. Petersburg and tell them Interpol has jurisdiction.
Interpol would not have jurisdiction as this is a matter of Russian national security.
He took a direct hit through the nasal cavity.
He was clearly shot in the forehead, as you can see here, and in the corpse here.
If you set me up, I will find you and I will burn that building to the ground around you.
This is a terrible threat.
The FSB. Why the hell is the Russian secret police involved in this?
A clunky way of telling the audience what the FSB is.
Shoot on sight.
Do not give that order.
Why? He's an international assassin who's killed over 100 people and just tried to assassinate the Russian president. They have every right to shoot on sight. You're telling me he heard that, and the fact that he has to rely on that every time, or he gets blown up by his own bomb? So he realises they're outside and starts on in slow motion, sprinting obviously. These guys get ready. They smash the door in, and he's only made it a couple of meters across the room in all that time. Why doesn't he just use a shape charge? The explosion blows outwards so it doesn't potentially kill him every time someone breaks down the door. His whole plan relies on him jumping out the window and grabbing this rope in perfect timing. He somehow doesn't get cut by any glass. This stupid fucking reference to the video game. It's lucky no one ever gets ice. I'm not going to spend time talking about how unrealistic the guns and the effects are, but instead, shouldn't this body armor have been bulletproof? How did none of these guys notice 47 land on the roof, walk about on the roof, stop the lift from the roof, and not even look up and be suspicious?
He's on the 3rd floor, sir. He must have opened the doors from inside the shaft.
Opening the doors from the inside does not alert the lift, and even if it did, why didn't it do it earlier when 47 opened the doors to drop down onto the lift? Why didn't this woman evacuate when the alarm went off, and or by the police? Why don't you just wait for him to surface and then shoot him, or just surround the river with police?
How many men did you lose?
16? It's closer to 12. 5 in the explosion, 5 in the lift, and then 2 he shot in the corridors. That's 12, and that's being generous. In the scene I'm about to show you, you can see 2 guys getting up from the explosion.
No, wait, don't.
I'll let Jenkins handle this.
Oh, where do you get your fucking license?
Huge explosion and laptops untouched. 47's all wet, he goes in to get some new clothes. Comes up wearing some brand new clothes he's never had before. Reaches in his pocket and gets out a picture of Nika that he's never had before. Everything has the ICA brand. Nobody in this large ass hotel or out on the street notices this obvious kidnapping. That tattoo switches sides on her face. This emotionless, cold-hearted killer doesn't kill this girl for some bullshit empathy reason.
Tell me about Udre. Why'd you tattoo your face?
Because it's the only place I knew Belikov wouldn't hit.
What? That's probably the first place he's gonna hit her. She's just some cheap whore that Belikov bought. Why would he care what her face looked like? Probably the most wanted man in the whole of Russia who tried to assassinate the Russian president can just walk around the main train station even though he's incredibly recognisable and the police have a picture of him. Bad disguise is bad. This assassin doesn't just straight up shoot 47 in the back while he's got the advantage and there are no witnesses around. You can clearly see as this guy runs down that there's nothing tucked into his belt or anything in his trousers, yet when he gets out here, he somehow magically pulls a gun out the back of his trousers. This man is definitely dead, especially from that torso shot, but much later on he's back to life, but what finally kills him is just another torso shot. What was this guy's plan? To hide behind the seat and hope 47 comes on the train, and when he does, not to shoot him straight away, but to come out all dramatic like. These agents who all work for the same person don't just straight away shoot 47. Guys, all these guns still have one in the chamber, so you can still just pick them up and shoot somebody. So you're telling me all these guys carry swords around with them just in case they need to have a ritualistic sword fight with a bunch of assassins, and there's no way 47's been carrying around swords all the time. 47 doesn't just grab the knives in the wall next to him. 47 doesn't just use the knives in the wall to kill this guy, but walks away so that guy can grab those knives. Sword is covered in blood in this scene, but is completely clean in the next. This man is strangled and dies in just 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And he's dead. I get they're trying to reference to the game, but you trying to tell me that 47 really collected all these bodies and guns and put them in this box when he knows that people are on his tail?
You think it's done? It's just beginning.
Cliche from every action movie ever. Again, for no reason, 47 wastes time and doesn't just shoot this guy straight away.
Please. Stop.
This works on the mass murdering, cold-hearted assassin. Again.
If you're looking for a reason not to kill me, I don't really have one.
Then kill her already. There is no reason to keep her alive other than the plot of this film. These guys are just so overly evil. I get they're meant to be the bad guys, but still, who was like, oh, let's come to my party while I whip my whore and you can sit around laughing? Come on. Okay, so the bug's been planted, but even if it could pick up him speaking all the way over from the coat rack, how could it possibly hear the guy speaking on the other end of the telephone? This is a supposed cutscene where he hid the bug, but if we go back and actually look at the real thing, there's nothing in his hand, there's no way he actually hid a bug. In case you confused it with Moscow, Idaho. Discount Bradley Cooper.
Kyle's younger brother.
This is a small favor?
I don't think I can do this.
Not in your time frame.
Keep reading.
Jesus Christ.
Tell me this isn't what I think it is.
The pronoun game.
It's not.
You know you're really quite charming when you aren't killing people.
Stockholm Syndrome. Interpol headquarters are not in London, they're in Lyons, France.
How'd you feel?
This is from a speech he made in London on May the 7th. And this is from some shitty political luncheon he had in northern Georgia. Look at the date.
May 7th. How's that possible?
I can't be sure. But unless he's figured out how to be in two places at once...
He has a double.
How has no one ever figured this out before?
Explains our theory.
This is the exact same sunrise shot from when they first arrived, just played in reverse. The second bodyguard is shot once, with 2 bullet holes and blood splatters appear in each of his shoulder blades.
Undress me.
47 wouldn't allow the situation to occur and would simply just knock her out straight away.
He's not Price.
First up, how did they know this? And secondly, as soon as they did, why didn't they just shoot 47 and shred his body with automatic fire? They have the element of surprise, and if it's the money they're worried about, they can just take that afterwards. .47 didn't cock either of those guns, so he shouldn't be able to fire them. However bad this guy's aim is, he still should have hit 47. Udre should have been killed by that explosion and not simply hurt, as he was standing right next to the explosion.
I do whatever you want. What the fuck do you want me to do?
47 wastes time and doesn't just kill this guy straight away, just so he can give a final line. The movie rips off guy being shot and falling back into water from Scarface. This bullshit. Russia does not border Turkey. This key was not here earlier, as you can see if we go back to this scene.
Unto God, and he shall direct your path.
That's Psalms.
No, it's not. It's a shortened version of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5 to 6. Movie rips off Girl with a Dragon Tattoo.
The place I was raised, they didn't give us names, they gave us numbers. Mine was 47.
1 hour and 9 minutes into the film, over 75% of the way in, we find out the protagonist's name, which was no surprise whatsoever, as anyone who didn't play the game saw the trailer. All of this is so stupid. 47 was what, hanging upside down, and decided the best way to knock out and capture the guy was to fiber wire him and pull him back over the rail so he fell down and was knocked out and hope he didn't die. Since when did 47 go all sore?
Gas canisters are being deployed. If anything should occur, the civilians will be rendered unconscious.
Unless the gas works instantly, there's just going to be mass panic. This would be a perfect opportunity for 47 or anyone just to snipe Belikov. This sniper managed to shoot in exactly the same place 3 times. Plus, this is not how bulletproof glass works. Normally I don't nitpick with bullet counting, but he just fired 19 bullets out of a gun that only can hold 9. How did this assassin know 47 would come here?
Help you.
How would you do that? By having me killed?
Again, 47 wastes loads of time talking to this guy instead of just shooting him.
Or did you just...
After this gore-filled R-rated movie, they censored the death of the main antagonist. There is no way this soldier saw that, wearing that gas mask through that tiny keyhole and at that angle. Protagonist shoots antagonist with final bullet cliche. That door should be unlocked. 47 never relocked it after he kicked it in. There is no way the Russians would let Interpol take a guy who just killed their president. 47 is already not in the car at this point.
How does a good man decide when to kill?
If I think that a man means to do me or my family harm, then I will do whatever I can to stop him. But beyond that, it's a crapshoot.
Worst answer ever.
Ballistics will confirm he was shot by your weapon.
How did 47 get his gun and shoot this man? If you remember, the inspector put it on the table when he first came in. That overly huge moon on his left.